How's it going, everybody? I'm Corey. Thanks for joining me for a late night stream. It is just about time to get started for Advent of Code 2023. First puzzle is going to come out in just about 2 or 3 minutes here, so we're going to get set up and try to solve that live. So I have a few things that I need to get sorted out before we get started on the actual puzzle, so I'm going to go ahead and get my computer set up here. I did create a repo on my other machine, but I haven't cloned it on this one, so we're going to go ahead and do that. There we go. Thank you, Opus. Sometimes I forget that the SSH and SSL are different packages, which is silly because they're very different things. But we are rocking and rolling now. I'm sorry, I have a pop-up in my thing here, in my chat. Hey, how's it going, Fifth Nail? Thanks for hanging out. Getting through December will be annoying. Opus for the ads or for something else? Oh, there we go. I don't celebrate Christmas or anything else for that matter, so it doesn't really matter for the time of the year. It's more of annoyance than anything. There you go. Yep, that is a good enough. That totally makes sense. Yeah, December can be tough in that aspect, I imagine. So hopefully you have a good one though. And Fifth Nail, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. I'm gonna get started. So let me get my repo all the way pulled up. We're a few minutes behind, but you know what? That's fine. We're getting it done right at midnight, and I wasn't going to be on the leaderboard anyways. So let's pull this all up. That's pretty fair. Advent of Code is definitely not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone likes these programming-y type puzzle-y things. And that's totally fine. Lots of people expect me to, not expect, but are surprised when I don't try to get more people doing things like this. And I don't, if you like doing it, I'm more than happy to help you out do an Advent of Code. But if it's not your cup of tea, I don't think there's any reason to push people to it. So I just had this warning from Cargo that I was using a workspace, but not using Workspace Resolver 2. So let's just fix that quick. So we're just going to get our repo nice and set up before we dive in. And actually, the other thing that I should do is tell Twitch what we're working on, because I didn't update my description before starting stream. So give me 30 seconds here. Advent of Code midnight stream. That'll work. And I don't need to change my go live message. I'm already live. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we have our repo, and how we're going to do this is we're going to make a crate for each day. So we'll make a 0 or a 0-1 crate here for the first day, and have it be a binary that ends up running our problem. So let's head over to the Advent of Code site. Advent of Code can be found at adventofcode.com. And then here you go. If we go here, we can now get to day 1's page. And we are going to go ahead and read this challenge. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by my Twitch dashboard over there, but I think we are good. So we're doing day 1 called Trebuchet. And so before we actually read the thing, let's go get our binary set up. 0-1 Trebuchet. Can't be used as a package name. The name can't start with a digit. Ah, yes, I forgot about this. I dealt with this last year for Advent of Code. So we're going to have the directory name be 0-1 Trebuchet, but the actual package name will just be Trebuchet. I believe that works. Yes, awesome. Okay, so we have, we have our binary, but we have to add it to the workspace. So let's add 0-1 Trebuchet. Okay, and now we can cargo run our thing, and there we go, get our hello world. Okay, so let's get started on day 1. Something is wrong with global snow production, and you've been selected to take a look. The elves have even given you a map. On it, they've used stars to mark the top 50 locations that are likely to be having problems. You've been looking through this long enough to know that to restore snow operations, you need to check all 50 stars. All 50 stars by December 25th. So this is really just explaining how Advent of Code works. We're going to get 2 puzzles a day, and you get 1 star for each puzzle. So for December 1st through the 25th, we'll end up with 50 stars to solve in all. Collect stars by solving puzzles. 2 puzzles will be made available each day in the advent calendar. The second puzzle is unlocked when you complete the first one. Each puzzle grants 1 star. Good luck. You try to ask why they can't just use a weather machine, not powerful enough, and where they're even sending you, the sky, and why your map looks mostly blank. You sure ask a lot of questions. And hang on, did you just say the sky? Of course, where else do you think snow comes from? When you realize that the elves are already loading you into a trebuchet, please hold still, we need to strap you in. As you're making the final adjustments, you discover that their calibration document, your puzzle input, has been amended by a very young elf who was apparently just excited to show off her art skills. Consequently, the elves are having trouble reading the values on the document. The newly improved calibration document consists of lines of text. Each line originally contained a specific calibration value that the elves now need to recover. On each line, the calibration value can be found by combining the first digit and the last digit in that order to form a single 2-digit number. For example, 1ABC2, and then PQR3, STU8, VWX. The calibration values of the first 4 lines are 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 5, and 7, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 5, and 7, 7. So 7 is the only one. It's counted as the first and last. Adding these together, you get 142. Consider your entire calibration document. What is the sum of all of these calibration values? And Opus says, I did the first one for fun. Gold star. Yeah, the first ones are always nice and easy. I haven't ever made all the way through, but the first ones are always nice and easy. Just get me used to setting up the problems and all that. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So what I like to do is I take the input here, the sample input, and I make a new file that I like to call sample.input. And then I'll just paste that input in there, and we'll go back to our main. And so function part 1, it takes in an input, which is going to be a reference to a string, and it's going to output a usize, which is going to be our count at the end. And then down in our main, we'll do let sample equals include string, and grab our, we called it sample.input. It wants it to be a source. Move it to source. Sample.input. And then we're going to do let sample answer equals part 1 of sample. And we're going to debug sample answer. And we can cargo run that, but that's going to panic because we haven't implemented anything yet. Okay. So we're going to process each one of these lines, and then we're going to do some stuff on each line. So I think the first thing that we're going to do is do input.lines, and we're going to do something for each line. And I'm going to break out some structs here just to do it. We're going to make a struct for... Do I want a struct for things? Nah, let's just do it without it. So let's do from lines. Let's do a map. And actually, let's just call a method process line. I was hoping that was going to make that function for me, but it didn't. Function process line, and actually, let's call this process line part 1 just to be safe. Line is an at string. I don't think that's the code at all, but that's fine, Copilot. Thanks for helping out. Okay, so this is not what we want to do. Okay, so let's do let character, actually let's do let numbers equals line.characters. So we're going to get all of the characters. And then we want to filter map. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Yeah. So we're going to take all the characters from our line. We're going to filter map. So we're going to map over them and only take the ones that return a sum type. And then we're also going to do the map. So it's going to be the sum, and then whatever we put in the sum is going to be what is the end result here. So we're going to take each character and convert it to a digit in base 10. This is going to return an option, because if it doesn't work, we get none. And if it works, we get sum of our value. So then we're going to turn all of those into a vec. So we get our vec of numbers. And then the result here is just going to be the first number and the last number added together. So numbers at 0 plus numbers at, I don't think I can do -1 indexing here. So I can do numbers dot length -1. And oh, 2-digit returns a U32, and I said we were returning U sizes, so let's just change our mind and decide that we're returning U32s. Because I don't think I need to be too specific about the types here. And then so that's processing one line. We add the first and the last number together, and then we need to sum up all of those for part 1. And hopefully, sample answer was 34. Uh-oh, that was not the right answer. Adding these together produces 142 was supposed to be my answer. So let's see what we got. Let lines, not a good variable name, but that's okay. We'll collect that to a vec. Yep, to a vec of something. And then we want to debug out lines, and then let's just do to do again to get it to compile. 3, 11, 6, 14. Oh, because I added them together. I did like number plus number, but that's not what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to say 1 and 2 become 12, not 1 and 2 become 3. So that's not quite right. So I have the things. So this was doing a filter map, so I mapped them to numbers here. But what if I actually just make it a filter and filter for when this is sum? So now these are still going to be characters. So this is number characters. So yeah, so we're going to do that. And then I think we want to do let combined. This is not going to be the best implementation, but it's going to be, it's okay. I think I'm just going to even format, and I'm just going to say, we're going to put 2 characters next to each other. We're going to do numbers at 0, number characters at 0, and then, no, not that at all. What I had down here, Copilot. Sometimes Copilot's great at just copying code I wrote. Sometimes it's not. Oh, and now this is not numbers, it's number pairs. I'll look at that in a second, Opus, and get back to you, because I think you had a good idea, but I don't think I knew what you were going for. Oh, there's an isDigit method. So I was doing parse digit, and then isSum, but I can just ask it if it's a digit. And then I can also apparently just ask it if it's an ASCII digit. That's why I love Clippy, because it gives me all kind of good tips like this. Okay. And now I'm pretty confident that that's doing the right thing. Oh, and now I'm not summing them anymore. So this would be lines.sum. Oh, because I made it a vec. Yeah, okay. So let's just check this out then, I guess. I think this is the right answer for all of these. 12, 38, 15, 77. 12, 38, 15, 77. There we go. Okay. So then this is just lines.sum. And I will now look at what you're saying, Opus. Oh, and then I get rid of the collect, because this wants to be an iterator. And let's just inline this variable. You go over the lines, you process them, you sum them up, you get part 1. You get part 1 of 142. Opus says, oh no, filter map wasn't what you wanted anyways. I thought you were looping over a vec of options. Oh yeah, so I was looping over a vec of characters, but then I was filter mapping when I was converting them to digits in an option. Like, you know, I was doing a 2-digit, which gave me an option, and the filter map was nice to filter to the ones that were digits. But I really decided that I actually wanted characters instead of digits. Actually, with the format, these could have been numbers or characters, so it really didn't matter. But this is what we're doing now. We get all of our characters, find the numbers, pull the first and the last out, combine them to a string, and then parse that string to a number. A little roundabout, but works. And now that I wrote that, I have a better way to do it, and we might do that afterwards. But for now, let's get the myInput part set up. So I'm just gonna make a new file for myInput, same thing as before. And part 1 of input, and then we will debug my answer. And then my answer is really my answer part 1. And sample answer is sample answer part 1. But we need this string, so let's get my input. Here's my puzzle string. We will just copy it to a new file, my.input, paste it in, and really, I think that's gonna be about all we need to do. Because I kind of think it's just gonna work. 55,477. Woohoo! We got a gold star! To be honest, I just used a browser console to do mine. Yeah, I thought about, when I was having trouble getting my Git stuff setting, I thought about just opening up like a GitHub code space or something because I thought it would be fine. But it is really nice to have all your editors. You got to get the IDE set up. Isn't that like one of the first things you do when you open up a new machine? I know it is for me. Okay, part 2. Your calculation isn't quite right. It looks like some of the digits are actually spelled out with letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 also count as valid digits. Equipped with this new information, you now need to find the real first and last digit on each line. For example, 219 is going to be 29, and 823 is going to be 83. This one's more annoying. So basically, we have to treat all of these as the numbers. Oh, okay. I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pre-process it. Ooh, and Opus says it's not new. I just installed, ooh, I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's the Linux on the new M1s. ASCII Linux on it? That's pretty fun. How are you liking it so far? Okay, but back to the puzzle quick. I was worried because I didn't know what to do here. It kind of breaks my iterating over characters approach, especially because all of these words have different lengths. So I can't just loop over a fixed thing and look at them. But I think I'm going to cheat. I think I'm going to take each string, go through all of these, and just find and replace the things. So like every time I see 1, I'll replace it with a digit 1, and then just do that for all these digits. And then I can just pass it through part 1 input, and hopefully be good to go. So let's do that. And actually, let's just copy all of this. So let sample answer part 2 equals, oh, I don't have a part 2 method yet. That's why it's mad at me. Let my answer part 2 debug out sample answer part 2 and my answer part 2. Okay, so function part 2 on an input string goes to a U32. Okay, so eventually I think we're going to want to just call part 1, but first we're going to pre-process it. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to type all these out because I think it's okay to do that. I don't really think I want to. Let replacements, yeah, something like that. Oh, well, actually, why am I doing that in a let? Just, okay, let's just do this. Let replacements equal a vec. Yep, except it's not like that. 1. Wow, I cannot type tonight. 1 goes to 1. Come on, Copilot. This is what you're supposed to shine for. 2, 3, 4, and what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so not 0. Perfect. Let mutable input is input toString. Yep, and then we're going to do for word replacement in replacements input dot replace word with replacement, where word and replacement. Yep. I'm going to change replacement to number, or just num maybe. But it's not supposed to be returning anything. And now I think I can just do part 1 on input. Oh, I'd rather not do string and just pass it as a reference. And I think that might be all we need to do. 142 is the sample answer still. Oh, because we get a new sample. Yep. So then new file sample2. Sample2.input. is that one. Go over to main. And then this. Reference to that include string. Oh, include string gives it a reference, duh. Okay, wait. Oh, sample 2. I didn't change the file name. 211? 281. Ooh, uh-oh. Okay. I'm gonna go back to Twitch chat for a sec. Opus says, ASCII Linux is mostly fine. Biggest annoyance for me is probably that they haven't reversed how OS X does VRR, so no 120 hertz, and for good reason. It's pretty low priority. That's fair. The 120 hertz, though, is really nice, so I can understand being a little sad that you don't have it at the moment. Let's just have there be a print line here for combined. And let's not do my answer yet, because I want to just focus on part 2, this part. So 29, 23, not 83. Yeah, dang it. I was hoping they didn't do this, but they do, and I didn't want to have this problem. Fifth Nail says, do you program in Python? A little bit. Not like, it's not a language I do a ton, but I definitely can read Python, and can write it a bit, but it's not one of my primary languages. I do Ruby, day-to-day, and TypeScript, like for day job stuff. Why do you ask? Are you doing these in Python? Just curious. Okay, so I don't know if the replacing thing is the best idea. I could also, like, just try to cheat and see if reversing it helps. Isn't there a reverse method? Oh, yeah, there is, but I would have to... That's fine, though. I can make it mutable, and then I can do... replacements.reverse. I don't think this is the right answer, though. Even if I get lucky here, it feels like it's cheating. Yeah, now I get 351, and that's supposed to be 281, so that's not right. 29, 83, 13, 24, 42, yeah, 1476, and I get 8476. So then this one, 1, 4, yep. Is there a way to do index of in Rust easily? Yeah, you can do find. You could do something like that for all of them, then do the replacements in order. Ooh, yeah. Okay. That's a good idea, right? Because if I do the replacements in the order they're found... Yeah. I like that. I don't think I have a better idea than that. Though I guess if I just do indexes, I could just do everything with indexes, right? I could find the index of all of these. And then just not even do replacements and just use the indexes. Find the biggest index and the smallest index. Let's do that. Because I'm basically doing indexes either way, right? You didn't realize there was a part 2. Hee. Yes, let's see. Let's see if we can figure it out. No, I think we've got it. I don't think it's too hard. I think you're right, though, that I could do it in the right order. Or I could just go with indexes altogether. So what I think is I want to build up into a struct of, I think I'm just going to call it indexes because I don't have a better name for it. So indexes like position is going to be a U size. And then the number is just going to be a U32 since that's what I've been using for the number. The idea is I want to build up an array of these indexes or something and then find the smallest position and the largest position and grab their numbers and do something with them. But first I have to build these positions from my string. So let's change this to searches. And let's basically then just have... oh, and actually these can all drop the quotes because these I actually want to be numbers in this new version especially. Come on, Copilot, you got this. 2 to 2, yeah, look at that. Fifth Nail says, no, I'm wondering what I should start learning. I've done a lot of C++ and Java, but I feel that Python is important to further develop my skills. And I am okay being a generalist, but I want to spend some time in a language so I am not obsolete in my programming knowledge. Yeah, that's awesome. I love wanting to learn new things. What things do you like programming, or do you program professionally? Like, for instance, I'm a web developer sorry. This was too loud in my ear. I couldn't hear myself think. The music was good though. Like, I'm a web developer by trade, so I err on the side of webby things. So that influences what languages and stuff. What types of things are you interested in? I think that can help point in directions of languages. Python's never a bad choice though, just in general. Okay, so I want to do let immutable vec. Oh, sorry. Let's call it found is a vec for word and num in searches. I don't think I need drain, just loop over them. Yeah, this is basically what I want, but I'm gonna do it a little differently. So I want to do if let sum position equals input.find. So find returns an option where the position is where it is in the array if it's found. And so I should just be able to do this. For things in searches, if you find something, push it. And actually, this whole thing can be rewritten with a map, I believe. I can do let found equal searches. Oh, is it doing it for me? Searches iter filter map find map collect. Yeah. Expected U32 found reference to an integer. Oh, okay. So close. Cool. So now we have found as a vec here. Fifth Nail, you said, I've also spent a lot of time with PHP. Is Rust similar? Rust is more akin to C++, though very different in terms of memory management. AI applications is probably where I need to be. Yeah, so if you're wanting to do AI-y stuff, I definitely think Python's probably the best bet for you, just because of the ecosystem right now. It just has, like, you know, I'd say the best ecosystem for that kind of stuff. So definitely probably makes sense to do that, I'd say. And then Opa says, if you're familiar with more advanced stuff in C++, the Rust biochecker can be less challenging for you than it is for most. Yeah, do you just pronounce that RAII, or is there a better way to say that acronym, Opus? But I know what you're talking about. I definitely think that's probably true. I don't actually know too much just because I don't have that background. Okay, so now we found all the indexes, and now I'm sorting them by the position. So now I should be able to do first equals found 0, let last equal, yep, the last one. And then so, oh wait, this is for a line. I'm actually doing process line now, aren't I? Which is okay. This can be process line. I just kind of forgot that that's what I was doing, but that's okay. So let combined, actually no, let's do this one differently because I want to do this one differently. These are numbers, right? Oh, well, they're the indexes, but they can be numbers. So I want to do first dot number times 10 plus last dot number. We know these are digits. We know how to do the base 10. The thing we want in the tens place can be times 10 and added to this thing. Can't move out of index O. This can just be copy. Derive debug. Sure, I want to debug that, but I also want copy and clone. Oh, this doesn't need to be mutable. Love it. We redid that as a filter map. Awesome, except part 2 isn't really part 2. I'd say part 2 is process line, and I'm just going to get rid of... Okay, so let's comment out this one. Part 2 is process line. And then this is just process line. And then what if we actually just call part 1. Cargo run. 281? 281, okay. Except the thing I just realized is like they are different, so maybe this should be process line part 2. And this can be process line for part 1. Which is this. We'll comment this back out. The reason is because like part 1 didn't say I needed to do the replacing, so there were letters. I was supposed to keep them, not ignore them. So it probably makes sense to make both of these. So part 2 here, we'll just call our process line part 2. So then part 2. And let's get my answer now for part 2. My answer part 2, cargo run. That is very close to the same number, but it's not. That's not the right answer. Oh, sometimes it tells you if it's higher or lower, but it didn't this time. That didn't seem like it was gonna be right. But why isn't that right? Missed some chats. My company is building the hardware that enables AI applications. I work with the companies that are building out those applications. Oh, it's resource acquisition is initialization. Thank you. I kind of knew that, but wasn't going to get there. Yeah, the bar checker is like a forced version of that. Don't need to go to just hello world stuff. I mostly do it to validate marketing talk. Oh, that's for most big companies. Yeah, copied spaces before it. Maybe you didn't sanitize it. You copied spaces before it. Maybe it doesn't sanitize it. Oh, yeah. It could be something like that, right? I definitely didn't do trimming, and I definitely didn't deal with white space, but I don't think that's it. I think I just have a bug. Which is annoying. I was hoping that I was going to solve this one in no time flat. Oh, when I pasted my answer, it had a space. That would be more annoying, but I feel like it probably did that. Yeah, no, that was... It at least it did that one for me, which makes sense. Why didn't that work? I feel like that should have worked. If we search for all of these, and these are... Yeah, no, it was worth a shot. Thank you, Opus, for sure. Okay, so from our input, we do find returns the byte index of the first character of this slice that matches the pattern, and none if it doesn't match. Yeah. So we're trying to find the word... And if we find the word, we map it to an index. And then we sort by key on position. Are you missing 0? 0 isn't in the definition here. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It doesn't say 0. So I don't think I'm supposed to have 0. I could always add 0 and see, right? But that feels like I'm not supposed to be. What about just 0? Oh, yeah. I see, and that might have been what you meant too, Fifth Nail. I'm not positive. But for some reason, when Opus said it, with the quotes, it clicked for me. Yeah, I need to count 0 as a digit. It might not count in the spelly out version, but it definitely is a number still. Dang it. That didn't change anything. Process line part 2. Process line part 2. Yeah, right? That's weird. So the position returns the position of the start and not the position of the end, potentially. So do I have to deal with the lengths? I don't think so. Is there anything that can hide in another number? I don't know. That feels unlikely. Yeah. I did try the second one a tiny bit ago, and what's funny is I got stuck on the same output and got bored. Hehehe. I like that. I definitely I'm gonna try to get through all of admin of code. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna give up, but I end up stuck on one usually, and I don't keep going. But I want to. I want to understand, and I want to know why this one isn't working. We could implement your version. Let's try Opus's version. Process line part 2 Opus. Though our input should be different, so that is a funny coincidence. Yeah, our things should be different, so it is a very big coincidence, kind of, that we got the same answer. Very strange. Okay, but your idea was to do the replacement, but to do the replacement in order, which was a cool idea. So let's see if we get a different answer there. So these are replacements again. So then let actual replacements or something equal replacements iter filter map, because I'm gonna do the find here. I'm gonna say let's actually make this a block because I think I want it. Let position equals line.find word. This is a filter map, so I need to do position.map. I could make this in indexes, but do I want to make it in indexes? No, I don't think I do, because I think I need to keep the word here actually, because I need to keep the position because I need to sort on it, and then I guess I need one or both of these things. So like I can just take all of them, take word and number. No method filter map. What? Oh no, I just didn't type the word filter there. Okay, so these actual replacements are gonna have the position, the word that's being replaced, and then the number we want to replace it with. And so we can make that mutable because now I want to sort it. So actual replacements dot sort by key, sort it by the position. So now I can do for all the things in replacements. The position I don't care about anymore. We just needed it to get there. Oh, let input, let mutable input equals input line. Oh, I called it line. That's fine. Let's maybe call this line 2. Just for consistency. Line dot replace word with number dot toString. Oh, it replaces it, which makes sense because that's why I made it mutable. There we go. Okay, so now we have our line, and now the idea was that I could just pass this into part 1. Let's try that. So now what if part 2 used part 2 opus? That's almost the same answer, but it's not the same answer, right? No. Is that the same answer I was getting before? Let's find out. No. They're so close, but they're not the same answer. And neither of one of them are right. How are neither one of those two solutions correct? That feels unlikely, right? Oh. Here's a problem with the replacement method, I think, Opus. Let me know if this sounds right to you. When we do the replacements in order by position, like we want to do them in order by position for the first one, but not the last one. Because if we do it in order by the last one, like we might not get the, no. I'm trying to think of like off by errors where we replaced it in position order, but then I want the last one, so maybe I didn't want to replace it in position order. I wanted to almost replace it in reverse position order. So what if I only do the first and the last replacement? Because I don't actually care about most of the replacements. Let's try that. Line equals line dot, so let's do let first replacement, let last replacement replace first replacement dot one with first replacement dot two string. I'm not sure why we're gonna make it a toString then an as string. Oh, because that's what it decides it needs. Oh, that's great. But let's just reference it that way. And then we'll say line equals line dot replace last replacement. No. Oh wait, no. This is probably without using opus still. Ooh, index out of bounds. The length is 0, but the index is 0. Oh, okay. That's fair. Because there might not be replacements. I didn't handle that case here. Okay, so let's do .get the 0th. No, we're not unwrapping it. That's the whole point of using get, is that I wanted it to return an option. Let's take our line and make it up higher so that I definitely have it. And actually, I don't even know if let's do it this way. Let some first replacement, and then if we do the, whoa. This is when we do the replacement for it. Oh, the semicolon at the end. Wait, syntax error? If let. There we go. And then this is the same. This becomes a .get instead of this. Oh, is there just a .last method? Yeah, there is. That was easier. And actually, there's probably a .first method too. Woohoo! That's better. And then we do make this an if let some. Take this, plop it in there. Okay. We got a different number. Oh man, that's still not it. Yeah, I could have done let some else do. Where else? No, but actually didn't. No, I actually like this one better. I do like let else a lot too. But I think this is what I actually wanted in this case, because I wanted to only do something in the it happened case, not the it didn't happen case. This still isn't it. This still isn't the right answer. How is this still not the right answer? That's interesting. I really thought this one was gonna do it. Uh-oh. Is there a first? If there is a first, there is a last, so you could just unwrap the second one, but I'm nitpicking. Yes, you're right. That is true. If there's a first, there is a last. I would have to nest them, right? I could just, but you're right. Yeah, I totally could. But I don't think that's the logic bug here, right? Because like that's just not. That's not it. That's interesting though, right? Do I have to do these? What if I don't want to find all the do I have to like do the replacements one at a time? Do I have to do the replacements, find the first one, do it, then look for the last one and do it? I'm not loving the replacing anymore. I'm liking my other one better. I want to go back to the non-replacing strategy, because it makes a little more sense to me. It's the parsing. Oh, actually. Tell me more, Opus. Hehehe. That could be it. Okay, so let's finish your thought since I want to finish that thought. You think it's what I was saying about I should do the first replacement, then search, then do the last replacement? That kind of makes sense. It's not what I was expecting to do, but that does make sense to me. The only thing that I'm not sure how that's a different than the not replacing strategy, where I just do the search and find the first and the last. It seems like that should be basically the same. But it's obviously not the same. Possibly, but I'm also on 2 hours of sleep, so I'm totally just guessing at the moment. No, that's fair. And I'm not on 2 hours sleep, but I would also like to go to sleep. So I would like to solve this soon. And let's just do something silly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure that Copilot can count and do things correctly, because I don't always trust it. From our input. Okay, yeah, so I'm going back to the searching one. Your sleep schedule is perfect. Yeah, you've been talking about that for a little bit, Opus, that your sleep schedule might be just a hair off. Sort by key is gonna put small numbers first because that's how it works. It returns none if it doesn't match. And it is about the white. It is about the byte marks and not characters, but I don't think we're doing any weird, like this is all probably just ASCII. Maybe I misread, though their sample is correct, which is weird. Yeah, that's the weird one. Well, the sample obviously doesn't catch whatever edge case this is hitting because we're just not seeing it. Oh, this one's interesting though, right? This 1, 8. Here's one where this is kind of the case that we're seeing, right? If we do 8 first, we'll lose the 1. So we need the 1 and the 8. But like that's why I like this strategy of just searching for them. Because then 1 is going to come up with position this, and then 4 is going to come up at the end. And it does work for the sample, because of course it works for the sample. There isn't any chance that the new lines at the end of sample 2 is screwing with it, right? I don't think so. My editor throws it in automatically. I could do some trimming though. Let's just throw some trims on here. Yeah, they're all the same and they all have a new line at the end. So I do think that it's probably not that Opus, but I might as well just trim everything, right? Because there's not, oops, I didn't want to trim that. There's not a reason not to trim any of the inputs, right? But I agree, I don't think it's the issue. I also like expected a white space thing to like blow up, not just give me the wrong answer if it was going to. Just because that's what it feels like it would do. And they didn't give me a new input. They never give me a new input. Yeah, although it hasn't changed, you can still get your puzzle input. Input, yeah. And then I'm passing it as a reference, so I'm definitely not changing it. Okay, yep. Okay, we have all of our searches. Found, so we go through all of our searches. And we filter map for the ones that work. Doesn't matter, but I want to move this map to here. Oh, no, I can't because then I lose num. Okay, so we want to keep it in here because I want to keep this number. That's important here. We collect all those to a vec. Yeah, this makes so much sense. Well, let's do this. Found dot first unwrap, found dot last dot unwrap. Is that going to do any different? Nope, I don't think so. But I want to see it. Yeah, maybe just print out what you parse from it and also print out the input for was maybe easier to catch this thing by eye. Yeah, but I hear you, but my input's so big that I don't know if we're going to see it. But like, let's do it, right? Debug, do I just have input? Input, yeah. Input, first, last answer. And then return answer. Oh, I didn't actually want debug here because it's just a lot. So 5 with 2, that looks right. 5, 2, 9, 9, yep. 4, 5, 8, 8, 2, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9. Wait, wouldn't the last one be 5, 1, 2? Oh, did I miss one that was important? 5, 1, 2. Oh, wait. Am I doing... Wait. You need to find the real first and last. Yeah, so it's not all of them, right? Like, I'm not supposed to count each individual. I just want the first one and the last one. So 5 and then 2 is the last one. So it's just 5, 2. Okay, cool, yeah. As long as you agree with me that I am not reading the problem statement wrong. Hehehe. 1, 5, 2, 2, sabotage. Oh wait, do we have an example? No, we do. We have an example where there's only one, and it Trebuchet, and it said that the answer to that one is 77 because you count this one twice. Yeah, so the same applies here. 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 8, 6, 5, 3, 3, 1, 4, 4, 7, 1, 6, 3, whoa, oh, nope, there's a 3 at the end. Dang it, I got excited. 5, 5, 4, 1, 6, 1, 4, 4, 4, 9, 7, 1, 1, 5, 8, 6, 2, 1, 9, 7, 7, 7, 9, 8, 8, 7, 8, 7, 2, 4. These are all right. Seven, 1, 1, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Let A equals, doing it this way. Oh, I need to, can't type. Okay. Put this in a block. Let A is doing it this way. Let B equals process line 2 opus assert equal A comma B, then just return A or something. Okay, so I did, yeah, okay. 9, 2. Okay, 92. Yeah, okay, so that's where the opus one's wrong, right? Because the replacing replaced in order, it replaced the 8 and then needed to not and replace the 2. Okay, so I think that makes sense that the opus version is wrong there. But unfortunately, that doesn't help me figure out why the A version is wrong. Which is the one that makes the most sense to me. Like, it makes sense to me that I should just be able to search, find the searches, sort them by where we found the thing, get the first and the last, and add them up. Uh-oh, team. There's a slight chance we're gonna not finish this tonight because it's getting late and I'm getting tired. Oh, wait. Is there actually, like, how many are there? Is this a reasonable number to look through manually? I didn't think it was. Yeah, there's 1,000 of them. I'm not about to look through 1,000 of these manually. Wait, why do I feel like that's not enough printouts? I probably just don't know what I'm printing out in that one. Yeah, there we go. And then I roll out of, yeah, I ran out of scroll back space. Okay. That at least makes sense, but I still don't know. 7, 5, 5, 5, 9, 4, 3. Ooh. Wait, this. Ooh, this one's wrong. Oh! Because there's a 3 here and a 3 here, and 3 position only found this one. It doesn't find this one. Ooh, okay. I found it. This is our test case. Config test, mod tests, function, edge case. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. I like we got it. We found it finally. Okay. Let answer, yep. Assert equals answer is 3, 3. This is not gonna work right now, right? Right? 38, 33. Yeah, okay. I want 33, I got 38. Whew! Okay. So I know the problem. Now let's see if we can figure out a decent way to fix it. So find, is there like a find in reverse order thing? I kind of doubt it, right? That wouldn't really make sense. So what if this could be forward found. I was gonna try to do a find that went forward and then one that looks backwards, but I don't really understand. I don't actually know how that would work. Yeah, so but I do need to handle the case that there's 2. Well, what if I just do the searches? What if I just do a min by and a max by? No, because find is still only going to return the first one. That's an interesting one. Because I need to count them both. Oh, isn't rfind also in standard? What's r? Is rfind the reverse find? Oh. Wow. I just wasn't going to find that name. Thank you, Opus. Returns the byte index for the first character of the last match. Oh. Wow. So let's do a first found and a last found. Let's just do both of these. First found, sort by, last found, dot sort by, and then we just do let found equals first found dot append. Like, I think we can just add them together. It's not my favorite because it messes with my naming, but it's okay. I bet append doesn't return it, right? Yeah. So then these can just be first found dot. Oh no, these are when we need to do the sorting. I don't need to sort here. Let's make this just found, then last found, found dot append last found, found. Except now I need to do found dot sort by the position. Okay. No debug because I just don't think I need it. Now can we run the test though? I guess. Yes, it passes. Okay. Okay. Wait a second. I feel like we've seen that number before. Okay, no we hadn't. That was a good answer. Woohoo! Thank you, Opus. That was awesome. We made it through. Part 1 of Advent of Code, or day 1 of Advent of Code completed. Let's see. I do not think I'm going to make it on the leaderboard at all. But let's check it out. I don't even know how I would know, but I don't think I did. Where's my personal times? Yeah, score 0. Rank 7,633 for part 1. I did a little better, so I like improved my rank here. Which is pretty funny because that's a long gap between part 1 and part 2, especially for day 1. I usually don't feel like there's that big of a gap between part 1 and part 2. But that is gonna wrap us up for the day, especially since that was a little longer than expected. I'm gonna get offline here. But just to wrap up, I'm Corey, and if you enjoyed this, please check out my blog at CoreyJA.com. You can click over here for the newsletter and sign up for my newsletter, and I'll send you some emails in your inbox. They're not very frequent, so don't worry, I won't spam you. I do want to advertise a little Rust course that I'm trying to put together soon, so join my mailing list newsletter if that's interesting to you, and you'll be the first to hear about it when that is ready to have some eyeballs on it. But for now, I think I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me, and come back and solve day 2 of Advent of Code with me tomorrow. Maybe at midnight, maybe not. We'll see how we're feeling. But anyways, we definitely will solve it. Have a good one, and I'll see everyone on the internet later. Thanks, team. Bye.